So we're back in the WizKids booth and we're talking to Scott again, and this time we're going to take a peek at Star Trek Fleet Captains, which has a ton of cool goober with it. Goober's what we call component, just because it's a fun name. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about Star Trek when Mr. GenCon is done. Thank you.
Extreme Spirit Pathfinder Battles pre-printed plastic miniature, free with a $50 purchase.
Free? Not very many free things here. Just saying.
Yours today before they are gone forever.
Excellent. Now we can actually take a look at Star Trek Fleet Captains.
Sure. And if you want to talk about Goober, this is actually a small sample. Awesome. This base game comes with 24 miniatures. Right now we only have 6 out on the table. So it's 12 Klingon ships, 12 Federation ships.
Sweet.
You build your fleet size at the beginning of the game. This is primarily a space exploration game. You are moving through the map and exploring sectors of unexplored space, and you might come across encounters of alien races or abandoned outposts and other things. For Star Trek fans, there is a lot of theme to this game. Every time you flip over an encounter card, you'll go, oh, I remember that episode. You play through, and eventually you will come in contact with the other faction. And there will be space-to-base combat as well. It is a victory point-based game that you are looking to, you have missions that are assigned to you from your command that are either combat-oriented, science-oriented, or influence-oriented. The Klingons tend to be a little bit more combat-oriented, so they're probably going to be coming to the Federation. The Federation is going to be exploring space and trying to establish colonies with influence missions and those sort of things. There are examples of ships that have different strengths and weaknesses for different missions. To go along with that, there is a command decks for each of the Klingon and the Federation, and these command decks are built. The game comes with 100 cards for each of Klingons and Federation. That's 10 subdecks. You build a 40-card deck using 4 of those 10 subdecks that builds on the strengths of the particular ships that you're playing with. And move through space and explore those areas of space as you're going through. It does use the click space system on the ships, but we do something a little bit different. In our base game of Hero Clicks, each click is a hit point, if you will. In this one, there's 3 different areas of normal alert, yellow alert, red alert. So each ship essentially has 3 hit points. When you take a damage, you go to yellow alert. When you take a damage from yellow alert, you go to red alert. Damage from red alert, you're destroyed. And then within that, there's multiple clicks, and that represents powering different systems. So power allocation on the ship. Once per turn, you can change that dial within that same setting. So if you want to move further and you say all power to the engines, you put it on the click that has the highest engine rating. If you are going to be in combat, you can put all power to the weapons and have the click with the highest weapons rating. So it's a different use of the click's dial for tracking stats in a game.
Is each game only 3 ships per side, or are there larger scenarios?
It is each ship is given. It has a relative size value that's marked on their card. And you decide what size fleet you want to have. The example game in the rulebook is 10, fleet size of 10, and you would deal out cards randomly, ship cards randomly until you reach that size of 10. So some, depending on the size of ships you have, the Federation may have 5 ships, and the Klingons may only have 3 ships, but they have one ship that's much larger, much more powerful. So it is it's a random draw in the beginning, but of course you can play however you want. And decide to play all of the ships, or set whatever fleet size that you want.
Now, how many people can play?
This is current. The base set is 2 players or 4 players. So you would play as a team in the 4 players.
Seems like it's almost built around that idea, teamwork with the Federation and the Klingons.
Absolutely. So you'd have 2 Federation players, 2 Klingon players. The exciting thing that coming out in October, we have the Romulan Empire, which will be an expansion set, first expansion set. It will add 12 new Romulan ships. It will add an entire new mission track called Espionage. And also it will add a new, in the command decks, there's crew that you can assign to your ship. The Romulans have crew that are called saboteurs. You can assign them to your opponent's ship, and they provide a bonus because they're undercover, but then at some point during the game, you can discard them to do something nefarious to the ship, like sabotage the ship and disable the shields during combat, something like that. We are very much looking forward to that. It also adds 10 new location tiles, so adds some more variability and new encounter cards as well.
Okay, now lest you not believe Scott when he said this is just a little bit, this comes in a big box. There is a ton of stuff. It's like a box the size of your head. It's even bigger than
Dave!
But so thank you very much for showing us Star Trek.
Thank you.